Pitching your idea to an investor is a daunting task. The time it would have taken you to get the meeting alone is a full-time job. So it's important you nail the pitch to your investor to give you the best chance to secure the capital, which will be the lifeblood of your new business to come. Hi, I'm Matt from Spring Digital, and we've worked with startups all the way through to large businesses over 15 years. So let me share with you some of the insights I've learned in what to put in your pitch deck to excite investors. The first thing you need to do before any pitch is to understand the mind of an investor. What makes them tick and what they're actually looking for. Well, at least from a conceptual point of view. Their lens of the world is very different to yours. So make sure you check out my video on Inside the Mind of a Startup Investor on my channel before continuing. So let's start off with some crucial structural points first. You'll want to take a few notes here, so grab a pen and paper. Your first goal here is to even get your pitch deck opened or looked at. If you've just had a phone call or a quick chat with an investment company, investors will be receiving these every day, so yours, it's going to need to stand out. A pitch deck should be around 20 or so slides. If it's more, condense it down to around that number. If you filled it with large chunks of text, then that's also a red flag you want to avoid. Consider your audience here, as it's supposed to be whetting their appetite to follow along with the presentation. Make sure you have plenty of images, graphs, and charts. You will make what you're saying far more digestible. Make sure it's designed professionally, or at least you've used a professional design template. A PowerPoint in today's market, it just won't cut it. So make sure you spend a little money making it look good. Envato Elements is a great place to start if you want to buy some beautiful templates. And finally, make sure they can print it out easily or share it with others. Make sure it's in a PDF format, and if it's printed, that it still looks good. Just a pro tip for you here. If you're seeing an investor in person, nothing beats a nicely printed out and bound document you take on the day of your pitch. It shows you're serious and professional, and that's what they want. Do, however, make sure you follow up with a PDF copy emailed to them, as well in your thank you email after the meeting. Does that make sense so far? Great. Let's get into some detail about what to put in it. The first section you need is your overview. This is essentially an overarching statement of what you are, followed by a 4 to 6 bullet point summary of the business idea and the problem it solves. The overview should pique the interest of the investor in order to persuade them of your company's ability to capitalize on the opportunity. Include your company's mission and vision in here too. Number 2 is a page about the team. For a lot of investors, your team and their skills, plus their passion, is the most important factor in making an investment decision. Apart from the basics, the most valuable data to an investor is the domain experience. Not really that you played rugby in high school. So keep it relevant. Number 3 is the statement of problem and then defining the solution. Your accurate understanding of the target audience's problem will make or break your pitch. If an investor cannot clearly see a problem, they won't be able to identify a gap in the market that your product can fill. You should also touch on here why other existing solutions are falling short, if there are any. Number 4 is, logically, your product description. This highlights the unique, distinguishing characteristics of what your product will do. Make sure you use a feature-benefit framework here when describing features. Investors care more about the benefit your features will give the target audience and that it will solve their problem, rather than the mechanics of what you're going to build. Also, including a breakdown of the technology to be used is important in this section too. In my experience though, avoid the overly technical detail in a pitch deck, unless you're doing something like artificial intelligence, machine learning, or some platform where the technical is expected. It's rarely the thing that will make an investor choose to invest or not. Number 5 is your customers. Knowing who you're selling your product to is important as well. Considering adding into this section up to 3 buyer personas and some details about them. Number 6 is the market and your current competition. Depending on the idea you're pitching, this might take up to a couple of slides. Investors must be able to see a sizable market for your product to invest their money. Competition is always a great indicator of market size, so including these together shows you've done your research and you understand the space you're getting into. Number 7 is your marketing plan. Now, no business is going to get anywhere without a customer acquisition strategy. Your marketing plan should be a logical journey, usually mapped over time, with a number of key statistics around it. Details around marketing channels that you'll use, expected ROI per channel, rollout strategies, expected cost per acquisition are just a few things that you'll need here. If you have any sales made already, this is where it should be included. Number 8 is the business model and the financials. Now, you'll want to show off your business acumen here. You'll need to explain how the company makes money, what the long-term strategy is, what's the short-term and long-term financial projections, what are your working capital requirements, what's your total revenue and expenses. Like the marketing plan, this is usually mapped over time with key statistical information in a digestible format. Now, the final slide is the ask. The ask specifies the amount of investment sought and the duration of the financing, major milestones to be achieved with funding, and the intended use of those funds. So there you have it. Following these steps, you should have a pitch deck that excites and engages investors and gives you a great chance at securing that all-important funding. Even in the absence of an accompanying presentation, the pitch deck should be able to convey the essence of your startup business idea. If you'd like me to take a look at yours or just want to chat about anything to do with your pitch, feel free to comment below or reach out to me on my socials. Till next time.